So to start off, I'm going to get some nuts. Now I recommend for filling using a combination of walnuts, pistachios, pecans, and almonds. Those nuts go really nice. I'll need 3 cups of nuts. I've got some walnuts, pecans, pistachios. These are all unsalted, unroasted. So I'm going to roast them first. You can use ones that have already been roasted, but just make sure they're not salted. I'm going to take these and I'm going to roast them at 180 degrees Celsius for 5 minutes. I wanted them to cook so they're a little bit golden, and now I'm going to let them cool down. Okay, so now my roasted nuts have cooled, and you really have to roast them. If you don't roast the nuts, this thing will taste horrible. Now you can finely chop them now if you want, but I'm just going to put them in a food processor. It's really a matter of taste, how fine you want the nuts. You can see here, the way I've done it, it's pretty fine, and that's how I happen to like it. Okay, the next thing I'm going to make is a sugar powder that is going to go in between the layers of the baklava. To make this, I used a 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, ground cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of lemon zest. This is not working very well. I can't find my zester. 1/2 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1/4 cup of sugar. Now that's the sugar powder that will make your baklava really delicious. The next ingredient we're going to need is a full block of butter. And we need to melt that down to a liquid. Butter. I'm just going to plunk it in the microwave for about 1.5 minutes. And I have here nice pure liquid butter. Yummy. We now have everything we need to start making baklava. Okay, first we're going to preheat the oven to 180 degrees, no fan force. Now for a baking tray, 33 by 22.9 by 5 centimeters. The first thing we're going to need to do is get our phyllo pastry, which I had defrosting in the fridge all night, then 1 hour out of the fridge. I now need to cut the phyllo pastry to match the shape of my tin that I'm going to put this in. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out my pastry. Okay. So I'm just going to put my tray over the pastry. With a sharp knife, I'm just going to cut around. Got my pastry. Just ignore that. The basic process for this baklava is fairly simple. Butter, 2 sheets of phyllo pastry, butter, 2 sheets of phyllo pastry, etc. until you got 6 sheets of phyllo pastry. Then half the sugar and nut mix. Then repeat 6 more layers of phyllo pastry, 2 at a time, cover with butter. Then put the rest of the sugar and nut mixture. Then repeat with the rest of the phyllo pastry, 2 at a time. At the end, pour all the butter over it. That's basic procedure. Well, first of all, I'm going to butter my pan. I'm going to take 2 sheets. Don't be too worried if you get lots of tears. So we got 2 layers of pastry, butter. 2 layers of pastry, butter. Now we'll get another 2 layers. 1, 2. Carefully separate. Put it in here. Butter. Okay, we've got 6 layers of pastry now. That means half of the nut mixture plus half of the sugar, cinnamon, and lemon zest mixture. Oh, it's about half the mixture, I reckon. Doesn't have to be exact or anything. Take our half the sugar and lemon zest. Just okay, you're almost halfway there. We just keep doing the same thing. Do another 6 layers of pastry, 2 at a time, butter. The rest of the mixture on top. We're good to go. Okay, that's it. Not too complicated. Now, all we have to do is make sure that we cut it before we put it in the oven. Remember, cut it before putting it in the oven. Once this is cooked, you can't cut it. I cut mine pretty small because this is very sweet and I really like it, but I like small amounts at a time. But, you know, whatever size you want to cut it. Okay, beautiful. Now, we sliced the baklava. We just need to pour all our leftover butter over the whole thing. Okay, so first we'll cook the baklava for 30 minutes at 180 degrees, then we're going to lower the temperature down to 150 and cook for another 45 to 60 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes is up. We're now going to lower the temperature down to 150 degrees. We'll now let it cook for another 45 to 60 minutes. Alright, with about 15 minutes left to cook the baklava, we're going to make the honey sugar syrup now. So in this we're going to need 1 1/3 cups of sugar, 1 1/3 cups of water, and 1/3 of a cup of honey. First of all, I'm going to take an orange. I'm going to peel off the rind of the orange in large strips. They need to be big strips so that we can pull them out at the end easily. Now I just want to get the orange part though, not the try to avoid the white like I just did. Now I've got a pot, put that in here. Finally we'll add the honey, 1/3 of a cup. Adding the honey. We'll also add the juice of this lemon here. That's good to go. Now I'm going to bring the sauce to a simmer, light boiling, and then turn it down. 15 minutes uncovered. It's starting to boil quite rapidly, so I've turned it down to low now. Okay, looks like the baklava is done. It's nice and golden. I'm just going to take the orange peels out. You could obviously use a strainer, but I didn't actually find a strainer. I'm going to pour this over the baklava. There you go, that's it. That's how you make baklava. Very delicious, very sweet. Nice, nice dish. Now, one thing, once you're done, for optimal taste, leave it for 4 hours. Leave it for 4 hours so that the, you know, cools down on the juice. While the sugar syrup gets through everything. That's what you need to do. So, hope you enjoyed this. Have a good day. Bye. That is delicious. Should try it.